Long ago, when mobile gaming used to be good. I'm looking at you, Angry Birds. Dark Souls released in 2011 with mid-ass bosses, as it was hard carried by Ornstein and Smough in that beautiful world design that lasts probably 10 hours max. This was the case for many months. 13 to be exact, until From Software dropped Artorias of the Abyss, the game's first DLC, finally releasing premier bosses to Dark Souls 1. And so finally, after 27 hours, I can face good, hard, fulfilling bosses in Dark Souls Remastered. It all built up to this very moment 10 plus years ago for From Software to finally make me into a Dark Souls fan at heart. Fuck Lies of P, fuck Fallen Order, that goes without saying, and fuck Elden Ring. Dark Souls for life. Alright, fuck that serious shit. Now let's just go. Sanctuary Guardian. He's kind of a pussy, but I do respect the Sanctuary Guardian. Reasoning for is because we hate Sif in this household because he hinders his powers by using a sword. The Sanctuary Guardian, well, his parents were kinky, okay? One of them fucked Pikachu, so he gets like these lightning balls. They go pretty hard. They're also pretty scary, but I think I fought this guy maybe a little too late because they didn't do a lot of damage and I killed him in my first attempt. He did scare me. I did think I was about to lose, but like, bro just needs to be faster, all right? The thing that separates him and Sif is if Sif didn't have the sword, and he wouldn't even need the electro powers because Sif is just so fucking fast, all right? Sanctuary Guardian, a pussy. He has wings. Maybe those make him too heavy. I don't know. But like, what the fuck do I know about being fast anyway? I literally have 15 decks. I upgraded it twice. I don't know nothing, okay? All I was saying is they should have given the sword to the Sanctuary Guardian and just made Sif this, but just like a big old dog. How hype of a boss would that be? Just a dog, but big. Like Clifford, except this guy isn't red because Clifford has like a skin disease or something. Like, someone get that shit checked out. All right, but besides me yapping about how the boss would be, like, shit, I don't even fucking work it From Software. This is like the first boss you fight. It's not very hard. Like I said, I think I over leveled because I fought him after I fought every single boss but the final boss, Gwyn. Probably shouldn't have done that. So first attempt, he's not one of the good bosses of this DLC, but just wait, we're cooking with this next one. Artorias the Abyss Walker. All right, this guy, he's my fucking guy, all right, because he is a based ass great sword user. All right, like, he's just like me and you. He's got armor on and he's chill like that. He probably doesn't put anything in dex. He just juices his fucking sword. All right, all he needs is the strength to wield it. That thing's probably plus 15 because he also hits like a goddamn truck. This fight is not easy just because he's a fucking guy, all right? He's a guy that wields a greatsword, so you know that shit gonna be hard. He hits pretty fast. He buffs himself with magic, which is chill because he's buffing himself to wield a greatsword better. A respectable magic use, all right? And yeah, he hits like a truck. Some of his moves look the same as his other moves, so he gets unpredictable. And you just can't get caught lacking by this guy or you're fucking finished. He's also got some good lore. Apparently, he was like fighting Manus. Oh, sorry, I started thinking about lore. Yeah, cool lore, whatever that means. Like, look, all you gotta know about this guy is badass greatsword user, all right? Fuck the lore. He's just chill, but I struggled. It took me 11 attempts. And yeah, it was just so fucking rewarding. Probably more rewarding than Ornstein and Smough because I just kept going back. I was like, I gotta beat this motherfucker because at least with them, I was kind of still dicking around in the game because I had not come across a hard fight. But this guy, he made me know immediately. I didn't even get him like a fourth of his health off my first try. It was nothing. He absolutely clobbered me. I did not expect that kind of sword use in this game. So it was hype. Cool ass boss. The hype doesn't even stop there. All right, you thought one good boss? No. Get this? Two. That's double than one. Holy, it's a good day because I was directed not to go fight the last boss of the DLC, but to go do this side quest bullshit where you fuck one. Holy shit. Look, fuck the fucking wyvern on the bridge. This is a goddamn dragon, and he's got this weird ass yellow piss looking fire, so you know it's dangerous. And goddamn was it, because I definitely struggled with this motherfucker. This blackie took me 13 attempts, the most out of any boss. Spoiler alert for the next, I guess, because I just couldn't get it at first. It was so hard trying to be like, okay, you're supposed to be next to him, but then he moves his legs and you take like half your fucking health. Fuck that. If you stay far, he's just gonna fucking shoot fire at you. So you want to stay like mid-range. You want to bait out attacks to where he shoots fire so he just leaves himself open. And you get some juicy ass hits, especially with my god Zweihander. I just run that shit probably like 11 or 12 at this point. But that don't matter. It does not kill him quickly. He's definitely more beefier than Artorias, and I think that must have also made him harder. There's just way longer of a fight for you to make a mistake, to just get absolutely clobbered by this guy. guy and ended. Although he isn't as aggressive as Artorias, he still puts up a very hard fight. And I even like went to bed after a couple attempts because it was late and I did not want to be trapped in this boss fight till I beat him. And I just had to come back the next day and beat him. And it was so goddamn rewarding because it's a dragon. All right. Yeah, when you beat Artorias, the Abyss Walker, badass name, he does have a sword and he's just a guy, right? But this is a goddamn dragon and it takes like the dragon killer himself to just shoot him with an arrow just for you to fight him. What would happen if he didn't do that? You're just fucked. I don't know about lore because once again, that shit got me fucking falling asleep. But this thing's lore gotta be badass. Like, shit, he's hyped. Maybe, just maybe, I'll actually learn what this dragon was up to before I got here and had to slay that hoe. For my boy, the bow hunter dragon slayer, who's blind, I think. When you kill him, he also drops the calamity ring and it literally just gives you like double the damage received. So I don't know what that was about. I thought it was about to be so hyped for a minute, but I guess not. I guess if you take it into New Game Plus, you could just do a whole New Game Plus run running this ring, but that would just be so fucked. Unless it does something special that I missed, you know, I don't know what it does. Let me know, I guess. Wonder what would happen if I wore it while Guinevere pegged me. That'd be cool.
Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Just give it! Damn!
2 fights in a row. They are hard, well-earned fights that I took pretty long to actually beat, especially compared to the rest of the game. So I was hyped for this final fight. Manus, Father of the Abyss. It took me 1 attempt. I don't know what happened with this guy. I've heard he's really aggressive. I heard he's really hard. I don't know, man. I killed him first attempt. I had maybe 10 plus, no more than 15 Estus on me. It's not like I was just heal stalling him the whole time, and I didn't even use my shield. I just kind of rolled around and got on his body to hit him. But it just wasn't a very tough a fight, and he's like really badass. He's the Father of the Abyss. That means he's the daddy to like all 4 fucking kings. He's that guy. But to me, he just felt like he had very delayed attacks that were easy to dodge. Just move to his side and just whack the shit out of him while he did that shit. He would get stuck into the ground too, so I could just heal whenever I needed. It just didn't hit me as a hard fight. He does his little black magic things too that fly at you, and those never did damage to me. So I don't know if I had magic defense just really high and that's what helped me push through, but really kind of disappointed me because like imagine 3 super hard back-to-back fights would be crazy. I would get hyped. All right, I would actually be a Dark Souls fan at heart if this happened, but it was kind of a letdown. It was at least a long fight. It was like 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. So I mean, you know, we can pretend to be happy. I just wish Manus, Daddy of the Abyss, was just a little more rough with me. That's really what I'm trying to say this whole time. He was too gentle and soft and too fitting to my needs. I need him to be rough. Treat me like a goddamn slut, all right, that you don't even know. Damn, he just doesn't understand me. But with the DLC wrapped up, I was definitely glad I played that shit. I was kind of upset I had to go out of my way to like go back and forth to do that shit, especially because I unlocked it before I had beaten ONS, so I didn't even have the teleportation. It was kind of a pain. But a friend said that like something could bug out, so he kind of directed me to do it first. Appreciate that, homeboy, because this shit was definitely worth doing. And yeah, that takes us to the final boss because I beat all those goes before I fought Gwyn because I was told that you just go straight to New Game Plus. So yeah, after beating the entire DLC and the rest of the bosses besides 2, which I now know I missed, those 2 were of course very optional bosses. It was Crossbreed Priscilla, never saw her at all, and Dark Sun Gwendolyn, which you'd have to hit Gwyn to fight that hoe, and I just couldn't do that. So yeah, so in respect of Guinevere, I opted to only fight 23 bosses before I went to the final 24th boss, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. That is a badass name, and I thought for a badass boss, but he's not. And I'm okay with that. It did take me 2 attempts. The first time I got grabbed too many times, and then that messed me up, and I missed all my parries. But the second time, I got grabbed once, and I parried literally everything else. My friend told me that apparently he kicks you, but I never saw that, so I don't know what you can and can't parry. He just kept swinging that sword, though, and I just kept parrying. But like I said, I'm okay with that, because to me, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, plays into the story that I know. The story that was right in front of me, all right? I didn't dig deep into messaging, into artifacts that tell you about deep lore. I don't even talk to the NPCs. I just spam the E button to get through all that bullshit dialogue. And so to me, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, was there to be replaced. And I did replace him. I ushered in the age of humanity, the age of darkness, something that he wouldn't do. And I feel like I had to change things. And I don't know if that's good or bad, what I did, but I'm like God now. And that makes sense because Gwyn was just an old man. He had been protecting that spot for so long that having me come around and kill him was the only way. I gave him his release. I let his old bones go to rest, and I think that's what the fight was made so easy for, all right? There's no way they'd actually let you parry the boss if there wasn't some meaning behind it, and for me, that's it. I showed Gwyn that I could take us to a new age, a new Dark Soul. All right, yeah, that was just fucking retarded. But yeah, I do kind of think that. Let me know what you got out of the ending. If you looked really hard into the lore, I don't fucking care. It doesn't really matter because I had fun playing this game. And while the bosses at times sucked, and as the connected world that you play early on fell apart in front of me, I still enjoyed it because it made up for it in the bosses to come. And this won't be a game I forget, even if Dark Souls 2 and 3 are way better games and just overall experiences. I'll still remember it because I did genuinely have fun. You know, I'm playing another game now, Ghost Runner, and I don't feel the same way about Ghost Runner. I like to play the game. When I get in there, I play it. But there's something different about Dark Souls and Ghost Runner in that Dark Souls, I'm fucking getting home from work and I'm running to my PC and I'm playing. And I care less about recording, and I care less about thinking of funny things to say in these stupid ass fucking recordings that like 100 people see. I'm thinking about just beating bosses, having fun, going through the world, and just discovering shit anew. And I can't wait to do that on Dark Souls 2, but you know, I don't want to taint my experience by just running them, just boss running the games, Dark Souls running. You know, I just want to have time to think about Dark Souls Remastered before I play 2, and we're going to do that with Ghost Runner, and we'll just see how that game is on its own experience. With that said, try not to become hollow until the next Dark Souls upload if that's what you're looking for, or even the next upload, because I love anyone who watches this, especially if you watch the entire series, and I will see you next time. Peace!